want to retire.
There it is. There it is. Doink. Hey, everybody, it's Friday night. What's going on? Welcome to Quagmire. Hey, just a little quick shout out to Michelle. I just want to let you know I'm 3 minutes early. All right. So, just a little quick shout out to Michelle. Sorry, who wants to shut off the outside chat?
Oh, hold on. I didn't mute. Sorry.
I thought it was me.
All right.
All right.
Sorry about
So what's going on? So tonight we have Mr. Stalker Steve is back with us.
Hey.
And we have Mr. Tolley here with us again. And we have Rich, the Tactical Plumber.
Hello, everybody.
What's going on out there with you guys? Anything good? I hope so.
Friday night and payday.
Friday night's payday. It's
Do that.
yeah. Too bad I don't see most of it, but what the hell are you gonna do, right?
Right? You're rich for a minute.
Yep, looks good on paper.
Speaking of rich, how's your rebuild coming here, Valley? Hello? Hello?
Am I the only one here?
No, I can hear you.
Oh, goody.
No, I'm here.
I can hear you.
Oh, good. What's going on?
I don't know. That was a weird glitch.
That was like, I'm like, where'd everybody go?
Yeah, that was strange.
It was odd.
I was asking Mr. Tolly how the rebuild's going down in the basement.
Oh, we're getting there slow but sure.
Yeah.
Would sure like it to be a lot faster.
Nice see, Tom, we lost you again on that one.
Yeah.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No. You hear me okay now?
You came in perfectly good. Which one are you on? Are you on your? Yeah, you're on that one.
I'm on my computer. I can't get the tablet to freaking work.
You were fine on the computer earlier until we went live.
Yeah, as soon as we went live, you just started coming in scratchy.
Really?
Yeah, wouldn't lie to you.
I'll go out and come back here.
I'm going to do a little rundown. Yeah, you do that, and I'm going to do a rundown. And by the time I do the rundown, well, by the time we do the rundown.
I don't know what just happened there. I just got dropped out.
What are you dropping out for?
No, I don't know. It just dropped me out all of a sudden. That's never happened.
This is unreal. All right, so first one was Groovy and Groove. I don't know where you are, dude, but I sent you an what do you call it? An invite. J Watt 69 now has a wrench.
Well,
DSW Outdoors, how are you? Always a pleasure to see you. Michelle, just playing. Just saying. How are you, sweetheart? Bush brother, what's up? Oh, I really hate Steve's, of course, in here with us. Groovy outside. Once again, where are you? Kelly Fox. Kelly, you don't answer your messages. I'm just gonna yell at you. Politically incorrect. How have you been, pal? Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Tammy Ivester. Hello, beautiful. How are you? Jay Watt wants us to talk about our ghost stories and Bigfoot.
Ooh.
Sandy's Passions. Hello, Sandy. Always a
Hello.
And did I miss anybody? SKS Hugo. How are you? Great to see you. Hike with Mike. How are you, Mike? What's the Quagmire about? Mike, the Quagmire, it can be about anything, really. We'll chat about anything. You name it, we've chatted about it.
And if we didn't, we will.
Right. So welcome, Mike. It's a pleasure to have you. Trapper 234. How are you? Good to see you.
Yeah, speaking of trapping, I'm getting kind of geared up.
Well, that was going to be a question. I wanted to get to that in 1 second with you, sir. Jay Watt, yes, Bigfoot and ghosts. Maybe. We'll do our best, Jay Watterson. All right, Jay. All right. So, knife text. Absolutely. Vote. Absolutely. Don't care who you vote for. Vote.
Vote
Right on.
often.
You know what I mean? Let me do one quick thing about the voting that seems to crack me up before we get into asking Stevie something. I don't know how it is with you guys. All right, so it's no what do you call it, where we all live, right? We all know that Mr. Tyler lives up in Minnie and Stevie's in Michi and Richie's here with me, and we're massholes. I don't know if it's a state thing or a talent thing. I registered to draft, registered to vote. I was 18 years old. I voted every year since then that I was allowed to. Not one flippin' time have I ever been asked for an ID when I went to vote.
Right?
Not one.
Really?
Not even my first time. Hey, Dish, how are you? Not even my first time. Now, I don't know if that's a town ordinance. I don't know if that's a state ordinance.
I wasn't asked the first time, but after that, I was voting down here, and everybody knew me, so I just figured they didn't need to see my ID.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I go to the store and I spend $100 and they card me.
Right?
Or, you know, I don't know. I just, you know.
Yeah, I've had to show my registration card, but I don't remember if I've had to flash my picture ID. I don't think I have.
Groove, I sent you an invite, brother.
Yeah, I haven't either, but like I said, everybody knows us.
Right.
But I just thought it was kind of funny how you got to show your ID for everything, but to do one of the most important things you can do freely. It just seemed kind of funny.
We sure as hell can't buy a gun freely like that.
Right.
You have to give up your firstborn to do that.
All right, Groove.
Well, we walk in up here, Mike, and they ask you your address. That's all they ask.
Yeah, that's all they asked me too.
They ask your address, and then once you give your address, then they're like first name, and you tell them okay, and then they mark it down on their little sheet and give you a piece of paper, and on your way you go.
Alan, how are you? Good to see you. Welcome, Freedom Bushcraft. Kel, I sent you a message like a month ago. And I haven't seen you since.
I guess I could technically go vote twice. My father's name is Richard Buccelli, and he just passed away.
Go.
Not that I
Do
would,
it.
but
Right. Vote twice for Trump.
Be resurrecting all kinds of dead people, I'm sure.
yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, G Trapper, what's up?
I told my son that yesterday. He's like, you should.
Yeah, but then you'd be just like they are.
Yeah, no, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, that's what they do. We go in, what's your address? They set you obviously up by precinct. What's your
Yep.
address? Yada, yada, yada. And they go from there.
Same here. Not that, you know what? I'm going to go vote. I'm going to do my thing. But we all know, Mike, that your vote and my vote mean nothing in this state. It's too blue. Hopefully, maybe it'll be different. But I'm
Michelle,
gonna.
Michelle, there's
Yeah.
no pun intended, right? Having sex in the elevator is wrong on so many levels. There's no pun intended on that one, is there?
She's been rattling them off.
Oh yeah, she's.
The way I look at it is, if I go vote for Trump, and God forbid she gets in, I can be like, well, I didn't do it.
I
Right.
did my part.
That's
I
right.
did my part.
Ability.
That's it.
And
I
if
tell-
she
I tell my
does
daughter
win,
that all the time.
I'm telling you right now, if she does win, I'm making a bumper sticker. I'm gonna make millions of them. I'm gonna sell them. I'm gonna say, "Don't blame me. I didn't vote for the bitch."
Right. And then start digging a hole to hide all your weapons.
Dude.
We're screwed here.
Oh,
Everything's
yeah.
registered.
Oh, it's terrible. It's terrible, terrible, terrible.
Had
So,
a terrible boating accident.
yeah.
All
yeah.
my guns were on the boat.
Yeah.
Except
All
for
right,
the
Dish.
one-
Speaking of Bigfoot, I got to get these boots off. Go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry.
uh,
Oh, I got an evil black rifle on the wall too. Damn it!
so I want to ask Stevie something. I had the pleasure of being in a chat the other night, not on the panel, but just in the chat. The name of the chat is Steve. Who does the chat? The trap and chat.
Norm, time on the line.
I'm on the line. Okay. So there was Norm, another gentleman. And by the way, I only missed one wolf question.
All right.
Not to, toot my own horn. I only got one wrong. And there was two young ladies on there. And I got to tell you something. That was really cool. And I'm going to be sexist here for a half a second. Well, more than half a second.
Yeah.
I've never
Slide.
seen, not even all the shows I've ever watched, all the what do you call it I've ever watched. I've never seen a female trapper. I think it's freaking totally awesome.
Right.
Just saying.
Yeah, you see quite a few at the trappers conventions and stuff. It, in a sexist kind of way, it surprises you.
Yeah, but I mean, even at the shows I've gone to around here and stuff, not one. You know what I mean? All the videos I've watched on trapping, I think it's
They
great.
give you a warm fuzzy feeling.
And these two girls, these two ladies, they're not girls, they're ladies. I just thought it was cool.
Right on.
Um,
Yeah, the one lady, the one that came in second, I can't remember her name. I believe she's a native and runs a line with her husband. I'm not.
yeah, because the other one I'm sub to.
Jen?
Yeah,
Yeah, she's crazy into the plants and edibles and all that stuff.
She knows her. Yep. She knows her edibles, that's for sure. Yeah, Knife Text, I hear that. I sing a song every once in a great while. I'm caught in a trap. What's awful?
Err.
I'm just talking to my wife as she's walking by. On her way out the door to go to work.
Funny you mentioned trap, and look who shows up.
Oh, hi, Tim. Tim McSwain, how are you?
That bugs me. I can't remember her name.
Groove, is that you?
Yeah, it's me.
Groove?
Not working with it. Yeah,
There you are. What's going on?
not a whole lot. This, that, and the other, you know.
I hear you. Good to have you with us. Thanks for coming on with us.
What sure I was able to get in.
Yeah. So, Groove, I don't know if you watch. I don't even know how long you've been here, to be honest with you. So I apologize. I don't know if you watch any trapper channels or anything like that, but I'll tell you this chat. Hey, it was a great chat. You know, I really really enjoyed the chat. And I just stumbled upon it. But it was really cool. Really cool. Like I said, I was just. Frida Bushcraft says, I caught a bobcat in a leg trap. Had to shoot it. Then I felt like crap because I wasn't going to eat it. I normally only kill what I'm going to eat and try to use every part of the body. Freedom, I'm with you for a minute. Right now, I only shoot. I shouldn't say that because I did kill a coyote. I didn't eat it. But other than the coyote, whatever I kill, I usually eat. That's been since I was 16. Got caught pegging squirrels off with a 22. And my grandfather said, "Oh, here you go." Made us clean them and everything like that, and that's a good way of doing things. But with the trapping, they are being used. And it's not just for the fur, because as Steve should probably be telling you guys this, not me, because Steve knows.
You're doing great.
Great night. You can use the. Tell me if I'm wrong, Stevie. You can use cat. You make castor from the beaver, or you take.
No, it's a gland you harvest from the beaver.
From the beaver, right?
Right.
Believe it or not, the wood, the stench in the skunk, that's used for perfume, correct?
Right.
And there's something else from the beaver that's used for what? Was it the beaver, Steve?
Castor, skin. You can sell the skull.
Yep.
The meat is excellent.
Yeah, the meat is good. So you can eat the beaver. But even if who was using? What's his name was telling me that he would give. NH, I believe, said that he would, when he was he trapped the beaver, and a buddy of his is a I think he said a buddy of his is a guide.
Oh yeah, bear hunter.
Yeah, so he gives it to the bear hunter, which helps his business out. So freedom, it's it can all get used. You know, hey, Patterson Grill, what's going on? Good to see you, PG. How have you been? It's great to see you. Oh, what else? You can use any part of the meat for other bait, you know, even from a coyote or anything like that, you know. Am I right, Steve?
Right. Well, plus the critters out there, they'll populate to the point where they're starving to death.
Right.
So I always look at it as, you know, you're taking one out of the loop, so that gives room for another one to expand its territory, you know?
Right.
Like, if you let muskrats overrun a lake, they end up catching, I can't remember it right now, but there's a disease they'll catch when they're overpopulated, and they'll wipe out 95% of the muskrats in the lake anyhow.
So you're well, I can never say that word.
Conservation. Yeah,
Conservationists, just like a hunter.
Taking a few out helps keep the population healthy, actually.
Right. Did we lose Rich again?
No, I'm here.
All right, there you are.
Sorry, I got the World Series on.
Don't worry about it. I'm rooting for the Cubbies.
Me too. I never root against the American League, but I can't say that no more.
No.
I just been so long since they won. I want them to win.
Oh, absolutely. So I'm with you. Now, on that chat the other night, they were talking about their subject was wolves and all that. Well, one of the subjects was that night, and so I typed in the comment section. I says, I really like wolves. I said, I hunt. I really like wolves. I don't know if I could hunt one. And one of the woman that traps with her husband said, well, if you had to, well, of course, if I had to shoot a wolf, I would. That's not the issue. I didn't say I couldn't kill one.
Right.
But, well, first of all, I don't have wolves where I am anyways. But even if I did, I probably wouldn't trap them. And I most certainly wouldn't hunt them. If I had to shoot one because I had to shoot one for life or whatever, then of course that's a no-brainer. And then would I clean it up and take? Yes, absolutely. Whose chat was it? It was Trapping on the Lines chat, right? Steve, is that his name? What's his right?
Time on the Line.
Time on the Line.
Yeah.
Is his drone fixed yet? Somebody said he had a problem with the drone.
I don't know if he's flying a drone or not. I haven't seen any on it.
I've seen his videos. Now he's the older guy, right?
Norm's got the full beard and stuff.
Oh, I thought it was. Who's the other one? Who's the older gentleman with the short?
That is Dave from Trapping World.
Trapping World. Okay, I thought it was Trapping World's chat. I'm sorry.
No, Time on the Line.
Wow.
Yeah, but up where they are, if you let the wolves go, they'll overpopulate and wipe out the deer and everything else. So,
and, I told him, I says, you guys aren't going to like me. I says, but I gave money for the wolves to be reintroduced into the Montana. And
thank you, Trapper. Dave Vandermeer.
All right, Kel, I'll look at it in a minute or two. And I forget who the person was. And then, well, Mike, do you have livestock? And I knew that was coming. Because people out there, they don't like they didn't like the reintroduction of the wolves. However, so here's what happens, okay? You couldn't hunt them before. You can only kill them if they were hurting your livestock. So they reintroduced them, and now they have a season on them. So it works for trappers. It works for hunters that hunt them. I don't see an issue with it. I know that I'm with you, PG. I know they took out some moose and that, but that's again, if you don't have something that doesn't have a coyote's not going to take down a moose. It's just not going to happen. So if they don't have another known predator other than us, you know what I'm saying? It's like Steve was saying with the muskrats being overtaken. Deer are the same way, right?
Yeah.
When you see these towns that don't allow deer hunting, I'm not talking about cities. I'm talking about towns that have the area, that have the space you can safely hunt. Okay? And they don't allow it. but then they piss and moan when they see 5, 6, 7, 8 deer, you know, either dead up on the interstate or dead, you know, in the, you know what I mean?
Yeah, or eating all the rhododendrons.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and it's the same thing. Okay, so I understand the wolves take people's livestock, and that happens. Guess what? Coyotes take people's livestock up this way because again, we don't have wolves.
Right.
But we have pretty decent sized fucking coyotes. Okay, so and they take out livestock here. All right, so it's there's a balance. You know.
Coyote is the one thing we don't even have a season on here in Minnesota. Or shouldn't say don't have a season. It's an open season year round.
Yeah, here too. They just opened it.
We don't have open season here. I thought it was open season here in Massachusetts. Apparently, I was wrong. So shit happens.
If you're a farmer, you don't even need a license.
Really?
Yep. They're freaking bad.
Man, I got to tell you, Mike, your comments are flying.
I know. PG, they don't kill just for fun. They do not do that. Sorry, bro.
I've heard some say that wolves not for fun, but they kill to stock up.
Yes.
And actually allow the carcass to freeze, and they'll come back to it eventually if they're starving.
Yes. They don't kill for fun. And you know what? You know what they usually do? They usually take the weakest one out of the group. They'll stalk the. If you guys watch any documentary you want, it'll show you. They'll stalk it, whatever they're hunting, let's say they're going after elk. Okay. And they will find a weak one, a sick one, or whatever. They'll watch it and watch it and watch it and stalk it, and then that's the one they'll go after.
Right. Slowest one in the bunch.
Mm-hmm.
You guys out east there might end up with some wolves because they were talking about introducing them to help control the deer population.
Yeah, we have some deer issues up here. But the problem is, where I am, they'll never do it. But up north, northern New Hampshire, Vermont, that whole area. And by the way, I've heard them in that area. But Stump, you have an invite too. They won't PG. I'm sorry to argue this point with you. A wolves hunt and pat. Okay, they're hunting to feed just like lions do, just like everybody else does. It's just how they are.
Pack hunter too.
It's like
sure.
I was just watching a channel about a bunch of guys. They went wolf hunting, and so they got one. They spotted it. Guy shot it and missed or whatever, and then he shot. I want to say that he shot. One went scurried, and then he said all of a sudden the other 7 went scurrying. But as you're watching the video, you can only see the one wolf by himself. You know, they're together. You know, unless one gets booted out for whatever. But you know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're packed. You know.
There, he's back.
We lost a bunch of friends to Wolfpack. They got stuck on a ski lift over the weekend. And I think that was a movie, honey. Brat. You can only shoot buck only, huh, Trapper? That sucks.
Yeah, I actually got lucky enough to. Our doe permits for gun hunting is a lottery, and I forgot to enter like I do most years. But they actually had leftover licenses, and I was able to buy one offline. So
Knife text, that sounds like a good idea. Yeah, I didn't even get my dope. I didn't even file for my dough. I don't know why I didn't, but it just slipped my mind. And so I can't shoot any dough this year.
right.
I mean, I can, as long as my brother's with me. But
I don't know. I think when you go buy your deer license, they ought to let you apply for the doe permit right there while you're thinking of it for next year.
right.
Even I had a note right on my desk here and still forgot to do it.
What are you gonna do, Stump? Just sit out there and break my balls all night and just not come and do it face to face? I see how you are. Fucking Southerners are all like.
Yeah, our deer herd's down too, Trapper, but they still haven't backed off on giving out doe permits and stuff.
You only get. You know what's funny? Maine only gets $1.
That's it, eh?
One. We get 2. Okay, you
We
take
only
the
get one?
size of Massachusetts. Okay, look at a map. Look at the size of Massachusetts. Look at the size of frickin' Maine. And you can only take 1 in Maine. And we have like, I don't know, 6 times more people in my state than there is in Maine.
Shit, it takes what, like 7-8 hours to get from one end to the other?
What?
Maine? To get through Maine?
Oh, shit, yeah.
I did that trip once. I'll never do that again.
I know, sweetie. It is. Mass is a very small state. And it only take, I think it's 4 hours. You can go from the upper left-hand corner, the northwest corner of Massachusetts, which is North Adams. Okay. In that area. And you go to the tip of Cape Cod. And I believe that's a 4-hour trek.
Wow.
Yeah, about that.
To Massachusetts. So I believe that's a 4-hour trek. So yeah, it is very small. No, not as small as Rhode Island, but it is small.
But it's about right, because I'm in the middle. And it's about 2 hours either way.
Yeah. Grooving on a Sunday afternoon. I'll sing it for you, Dish.
On a Friday afternoon.
Right, it's Friday. You're right. My bad. She wrote Sunday, so I sang it on Sunday. Oh, he did, Steven? I missed it. Damn.
What?
I just read the internal.
Oh, yeah, it was funny. Cracked me up.
What?
Somebody somebody you wouldn't think made a joke about another somebody that you wouldn't think even knew who he was. That was hard to beat around the bush.
Give me one.
And I still don't know what the hell you're talking about. So
I'll be right back.
All right. I used to be on this chat a while back, quite a while ago now. Timberline North was the name of it, and he booted me off live. Live on the air. And
yeah.
He was friends with this Norm guy on that other big chat for a while. And somebody made a joke comment about Norm, and I said, you better be careful. He might boot you off, because he jokes about that all the time, booting people out. And he says, no, I won't. I'm no Timberline North. And I thought it was rather funny. Small world
There you
out
go.
there in YouTube land.
Apparently it is.
So I couldn't hear you before if you answered me or not. Are you making headway on rebuilding your basement?
Yeah, I am. I should have my bench frames all painted tomorrow, and I'm going to get the tops on them. Back in business.
Boy, you're going uptown.
Oh yeah, my reloading bench is going to a 8-foot bench instead of a 4-foot bench.
All right.
I kind of took a beating with the water damage and crap, so I'm single stage.
Cool.
And I went with a Hornady this time instead of Lee. So that one kind of cost me more than I wanted to spend, but I've been wanting that press for a while, so
Yeah.
I'll get them all set up. I could just kind of hop right on down the line.
Right
And
on.
I'm going to an 8-foot gun
Man, 8 foot, that's a lot of space.
too. Hell yeah. I'm expanding my leather bench too, about another 3 or 4 feet.
Right. Hell, the wife yells at you and go get you a pillow and just camp out on your bench.
Yeah, pretty much. No, see, my office here, you can't see it in my office, but I have a bed in here.
Right on. Every good guy needs a backup.
Yep. We got a 3-bedroom house. So we each have our own bed, plus we have our communal bed.
Careful. That's awesome.
Got to do
Yeah, sorry
something.
that happened to you. That kind of sucked, but you know,
You know what? There was a lot of people that had it a lot worse.
yeah,
Fortunately, I'm renting, so there's a lot of crap that I don't have to deal with. Starting to buckle,
right.
and that my landlord gets that dealt with here before it freezes.
Sorry about that, guys. I had to wake up a 10-year-old and put it to bed.
Wake up and go to bed.
Right?
Three Stooges classic.
That seems kind of little.
Sleep.
It's an oxymoron. Kind of like every time I take the kids to Dunkin', so my daughter goes, "Dad, I give a frozen hot chocolate." I goes, "You want a what?" They answer me, "Why is Stump out there and not in here?"
Got me guessing.
Who knows?
Look at this shell
What I
with all
miss.
this fancy stuff.
Yeah,
Well,
I know.
we were just talking about
Show.
that joke that Norm made about timber. I was just filling
Speaking of-
Polly in.
Speaking of jokes, I'm going to tell a Bush Brother joke.
Oh boy.
Why is a bride's dress white?
Days.
Not-
To match
doesn't
the
make
appliance.
Back in the day, they didn't have do the deed before they got married.
Well, they match. They wear white now to match the appliances.
Eh,
Buy it before you buy it, right? I mean,
Right. Trapper wants to know, Steve, what is the trapper in Southern Illinois that had a chat at the end of last year?
just put it in there. He's a good guy. I'd like to see him back on the air. I don't know what's going on. I know he works like a maniac in the summer. He builds bridges and roads and shit. So he's
Bridges
working.
engineer.
Yeah. Well, he's not that high up.
You
He's
know what I
working.
mean. I know what you mean.
So,
I got you.
He has to shut down for the summer. He's a working stiff 24/7. But he's a really good guy.
I've done that stuff before, and I won't do it again.
Right? Me too.
That's young man's
My-
work, really.
Yeah, it is.
Shoot, to top it off, he used to run a trap line. He would catch, I think, 400 plus raccoons a year and process them.
Gee,
plus coyotes and whatever else he was after. So, man, what a ball of energy.
Bushfuss said the wife wanted me to buy her a watch. Why? The oven has a clock. Your wife obviously doesn't watch. Your wife's like mine. She's obviously not on YouTube.
mine's not. My God.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't be on YouTube if my wife was on it. I mean, I'd be on YouTube, but not the nice that she is. Yeah, so, oh, here's a public address. Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm late. I'm sorry with my public address announcements. Uncle Cal, peace. How are you?
Right on.
It's out. We're in. Kids say these days.
Right? I don't have a calendar in front of me. Not next Friday. A week from next Friday. Whatever that date is. I believe. Is Tuesday the 8th that we're voting, right? So
Yep.
Tuesday's the 8th, Wednesday.
Hillary voters are supposed to go the 9th. They're trying to cut back
The
on the
11th.
crowd this year.
The 11th of November, and I'll say it again next week. But the 11th of November, Veterans Day. Unfortunately, on Veterans Day, there won't be a Quagmire. I'll be north hunting.
Cool.
So,
Well, that's a good excuse anyway.
right.
Well, I took the November 10th, 11th, 15th, and the 14th off work. So at least I get opening day under my belt.
Yep.
I'll be out trapping. And then the rest of it probably be weekends.
But I gotta go.
How many weeks you get for rifle season?
How many weeks for what, bud?
How many weeks you get for rifle season?
We got from November 15th till I think the end of November. So I think it's like 2 weeks.
Okay, yeah, it's the same with mine then.
Yeah, and then it's muzzle loader. So
Right. I always use the old smoke pole for both anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I gotta I have to go shoot some rounds. I haven't shot a round since friggin' last year.
right.
I just loaned out my muzzle loader. A friend of mine called me the other night. We were talking. He says, "You ready for me?" And I'm like, "Yep." And I was gonna bring the man with me. And I says, "I'm thinking about bringing my muzzle loader to Maine." He's like, He was having an horror. And he says, "Hey, speaking of your muzzle loader," I went, "What, you want to borrow it so you can go hunting Saturday?" He says, "No, but I want to borrow it for a friend of mine who wants to go hunting on Saturday and Sunday, because in New Hampshire you can hunt both days."
Right.
I'm like, "Yeah, no problem." So then he tells me that a friend of ours isn't going, and that he wants me to use his 308 instead of bringing up my shotgun. I'm like, I don't know. I'll probably still bring my shotgun. Maybe use a shotgun one day and a 308 the other day. I don't know. I really wanted to take my grandfather's Mauser up there, but
That'd be cool.
yeah,
Yeah, it would.
Really cool.
yeah, it's old too. It's from the 30s.
Come Someone
But
can probably be here next week.
that's expensive ammo for that Mauser.
8mm.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
But anywho, so that's where I'll be at. And with any luck, maybe this year I'll. And it sucks because, like I said, up there you can only. I mean, they had a dough lottery up there. Unfortunately, none of us won it. This is the first year they've had it in 2 years. But the problem is, like last year, the year before, it's like it's all you see is dough, you know, and you wait and wait and wait, thinking that you know there'd be a buck hanging around.
I never would get that lucky.
But damn. And again, I've said it before, I hunt on public land, so it's not like I'm not hunting in a friggin' field somewhere where they walk by at 5:30 every night of the week, you know what I mean?
Right.
And all you see is the dough. And you know what's going to happen. One of us will get let's say they have one next year, one of us will win it, and then you won't see one.
Of course.
But I must have seen about 80 friggin' turkeys, not all together, but another thing, you see a turkey and it's like turkey season starts and forget it. You never see them.
Right.
And they're getting big too. They are getting fat. What are we making, Tall?
Nothing. That's somebody else.
Who's Steve? What are we making? Look out for the bridge. Ha 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 ha.
Hands free.
Well, you're pretty funny. That's real nice. That's my truck. I wish that was my truck. I'd be making a lot of money. Girls, I sent the things out. So, only 2 thumbs down today. That ain't bad.
Hey.
Usually I'm up to like 8
Now,
or
who in
9.
the right mind did that?
Huh?
Who in the right mind did that?
There's a couple of people out there, Groove, that are mad at me right now. So it could be a number of anybody. A number of people. Apparently I pissed a few people off. But I send messages, and whether they get them or not, I don't know. But if they get them, they don't reply. We're all adults here, This isn't frickin' romper room,
Right.
Yeah. Stump. See now, Stump. No, I'm gonna make fun of you because you're not in here to tell me to shut up. See now, Stump. In my opinion, you're not hunting. Sorry. If you can sit in your front porch and use your railing as a rest, and move your coffee cup over a little bit, and wait for a certain time and hit a deer, I'm sorry, bud, that's not hunting.
Still dinner on the table.
Oh, absolutely. Feeds the family. Don't misunderstand me. But
It'd be the same thing as hunting from a stand or a blind. I mean,
Michelle, I sent you a link, and I sent Dish one too. Well, no, I mean I hunt from a blind on public land with my brother sometimes. And see, because I'm in Massachusetts, I can't use a trail. I can. Don't misunderstand me. I can use a trail cam if I want to. It's just trusting the other people that are out there is just not. Now, for instance, I can go to Maine and New Hampshire and do it without worrying about somebody taking it. Okay. Shell, I already sent it. So, you're on your own. You're just, we'll go in a week or two in advance. Of course, we do it during bow season before bow season starts. So you just, you don't know if the bow hunters are getting them, but and we'll see where they're going from there, But to the one that you're at right there, Michelle, MJP. You have 3 of them. I used the icon that you have right there. So it's, it's different.
Right.
So for stump, it's kind of, it's like going to a zoo and picking one out,
Now, can you guys bait where you're at, Mike?
What's that?
Can you guys bait where you're at?
Yep, up until 10 days before hunting season. You can't hunt. You can't hunt. You can we hunt over bait here for bear? I'm trying to think. I don't think we can. But we can't hunt over bait for deer. Take your shirt off, Michelle, I guess. I don't know. Like I said, so bow season is already underway in Mass. So when did it start, though? Let's say bow season started the 24th. You can't bait after the 14th.
Gotcha.